Okay, let's kick things off. Imagine this. You've got a really complex job to do, or maybe you're planning it. Something like critical maintenance on power generation equipment.
Right, like a big turbine or something.
Yeah.
High stakes.
Exactly. And the instructions you get, not a neat checklist. No, it's just this long, solid block of text.
Yeah, like someone just copied and pasted it from an old PDF or, typed up some notes real quick.
And instantly you know it's going to be painful. It's hard to read that kind of text.
Super easy to miss a crucial step buried in paragraph 3.
Forget trying to track progress easily or check off steps or feed it into some tracking system.
It's just a mess.
Yeah.
And it's not just annoying, right? It actually slows things down, leads to errors, makes system tracking almost impossible.
Yeah, it really does. It's a common headache in, well, lots of technical fields, especially where safety and precision are absolutely critical.
Non-negotiable, yeah.
So you have to wonder, what if there was a tool, something that could take that messy block of text and just snap turn it into a clear, structured list, like task by task?
Well, that's pretty much the idea behind what we're diving into today. It's called the Valueztech Job Plan app,
Okay.
developed by Biplab Das Khoury, who's an IBM champion. And its core purpose, based on what we've seen, is exactly that. Turning unstructured, plain text job info into a properly formatted, structured job plan.
So taking that basic text input and making it professional, usable.
Exactly. Streamlining that whole creation process, bringing some order to the chaos.
And the material we looked at says it's got a specific focus to start with.
Right now, it's built specifically for maintenance tasks, particularly in the power generation sector.
Got it. So starting niche.
Seems like it. A high-value niche, though.
Okay. So for this deep dive, we're going to unpack how this app works, what its key features are, who it's really aimed at, according to the sources.
And importantly, what benefits it's supposed to deliver, what problems it actually solves.
Right. So how does it work? What's the magic? Is it AI?
Yeah, that's the core of it. It uses AI to tackle this text structuring problem. You feed it that raw text.
The messy block?
Right, you paste it in. And the app runs it through what they call the text conversion engine. And this engine, it uses AI models currently, OpenAI's ChatGPT, according to the source, to basically read and understand the text. It figures out the steps, the sequence.
Even if it's not explicitly laid out.
That's the idea.
Yeah.
It parses it, understands the implicit structure, and then spits out a formatted, task-oriented version.
Interesting. And this AI engine, it doesn't run on Valueztech's own servers.
That's a really key point they highlight. No, it relies on the user's OpenAI API key.
Ah, okay. So you need your own OpenAI account and API key to make it work.
Correct. You connect your key to the app. And the material's quite clear that Valueztech itself doesn't store your job plan data, or your API key for that matter, only basic registration info.
That seems important for data privacy, especially with potentially sensitive maintenance procedures.
Definitely. So you provide the AI connection.
Okay, so I've got my key, I've got my messy text. What does it actually look like when I use the app? What's the user experience?
Well, the description suggests it's pretty simple, designed to be intuitive. There's a main area, like a big text box, where you paste your unstructured text.
Standard enough?
And crucially, there's apparently a real-time preview window, so you can see the formatted output taking shape as the AI processes it.
Oh, that's useful, so you get immediate feedback.
Yeah, seems like it. The controls are described as user-friendly. You put the text in, the app's intelligent formatting kicks in.
Detects the structure.
Right, turns it into that proper job plan format. Then the output generation step gives you the final standardized text. The whole goal is what they call quality enhancement.
Making the instructions just much more usable, more reliable, less prone to being misinterpreted.
Exactly. The source material even contrasts it. Here's the messy block, takes ages to figure out, productivity lost, info missed.
Right.
And here's the structured output from the app. Boom. Clear, easy to follow, actionable.
And yeah, that lack of clarity in the original text, it hits everything downstream. Makes systematic tracking hard, like you said. Ups the chance of human error during the actual work.
Which can be critical in these environments.
Yeah.
So this app is designed to cut that problem off at the source.
Makes sense. And how is the app itself laid out? Are there different modes or sections?
Yes, it seems pretty logical.
Yeah.
3 main parts are mentioned: single processing, batch processing, and registration.
Okay, gotta register first, presumably.
Right. And that section apparently includes a quick overview of the app, too.
So let's say I just have one set of instructions I need to fix up. That's single processing.
Sounds like it.
Yeah.
Straightforward. You copy your text block, paste it into the input window. You'd have already put your OpenAI key in somewhere in the settings or side navigation.
Yeah.
Then you just click a button.
Yeah.
Readily says something like convert to tasks.
And it sends it off to the AI, gets the structured version back.
Yep, converts it into that nice structured list of tasks.
Simple enough for one-offs, but what if I've got, I don't know, 100 of these, maybe sitting in an old spreadsheet?
That's where the batch processing tab comes in. Designed for exactly that bulk conversion.
How does that work? Upload a file.
Yeah, you can upload a CSV or an Excel file. XLSX. The file needs to have like an ID for each job plan, and then the column with that long, messy instruction text.
Okay.
Then, inside the app, you tell it which column is which. You map, this column has the text, this column has the ID.
Right, so it knows what to process, and then just hit go.
Pretty much. Click Process Batch, and it just chews through the file row by row.
Does it tell you how it's doing?
Yeah, the interface apparently shows you stats, like total rows processed, how many converted successfully, and crucially, how many might have failed.
Oh, that's good, so you get feedback if something went wrong with a specific entry.
Exactly. Gives you immediate visibility on the batch run. It sounds like it's built to handle volume.
Okay, so it sounds flexible. Who is this really built for? Who gets the most value according to the material?
Well, it lists quite a few potential users. Project managers who need to oversee these jobs, operations teams who rely on clear instructions day to day.
The technicians in the field actually doing the work.
Them too, definitely. Field service techs. Also, business analysts maybe defining the processes, maintenance planners actually writing the instructions.
The people who might create that messy text in the first place sometimes.
Would be. And even data loading professionals, people who need structured text to import into other systems, like an EAM or CMMS.
Okay, so quite a range. Basically, anyone touching these job instructions, especially in that power generation context for now.
That seems to be the idea. Anyone dealing with detailed, potentially unstructured job text.
And what are the specific benefits promised? What does cleaning up the text actually do for these people?
The big one they push is time saving. Just cutting out that manual formatting effort, which, can take ages.
I can imagine. Hours sometimes.
Right. And that leads to consistency. Making sure all the job plans look the same, follow a standard, readable format.
Which helps with training, understanding.
Exactly. Then there's professional output, just making the documents look polished and organized. And by taking the manual work out, it aims for error reduction. Fewer typos, fewer formatting mistakes that could cause confusion.
Makes sense. Little mistakes can have big consequences sometimes.
For sure. And all of that rolls up into boosting overall efficiency. Faster planning, clearer instructions for the field, fewer errors.
Yeah.
It's a ripple effect.
So a really focused set of advantages tied directly back to that initial problem of messy text.
Yep.
And there's something else mentioned that's pretty appealing, the cost.
Yes. The material states the app is currently completely free to use.
Free.
Yeah. And they also explicitly encourage users to give feedback directly to the developer by Blab-Tutory.
That's great. Free access plus a direct feedback loop. That's a good way to encourage people to try it and help refine it.
It definitely helps with adoption and making it better over time.
Speaking of making it better, is there a roadmap? Do we know where this tool is headed next?
Yes, there's some detail on that. Future plans apparently include integration with EAM systems.
Enterprise Asset Management Systems. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, systems like Maximo or SAP PM, perhaps. The goal is to let the app talk directly to those systems, query data, maybe pull instruction text out, format it, and potentially even update the record back in the EM.
So moving beyond just a standalone formatting tool into something more integrated with the maintenance workflow.
Exactly. Making it part of the process, not just a side tool.
And what about the AI side? Sticking with just OpenAI?
No, the roadmap mentions plans to support other AI models too, specifically names Anthropic and DeepSeek.
Interesting. So offering users more choice in the AI engine they use, or maybe using different models for different tasks.
It suggests flexibility, yeah.
Yeah.
Not being locked into just one AI provider.
Yeah.
Gives users options, maybe leverages different strengths of different models down the line.
Okay. Diversifying the AI. And is it planning to stay focused only on power generation?
Not forever, it seems. The plans also include building it out and testing it for other asset types and industries.
Oh, like what?
Construction was mentioned, facilities management, and also water utilities.
Okay, so broader potential applications. Any field that deals with complex, text-heavy job instructions could potentially benefit.
That seems to be the direction, expanding beyond that initial niche.
All right, so let's try and wrap this up. Bringing this deep dive together, what we have is the Valueztech Job Plan app. It's a tool that seems pretty laser-focused on solving that specific problem of messy, unstructured job instructions.
Yeah, particularly starting out in the power generation maintenance world.
Its goal is clear: use AI to automate the formatting, save people time,
Ensure consistency, create professional-looking output, reduce those manual formatting errors.
and ultimately make the whole job planning and execution process more efficient.
Right. And it does this, remember, using the user's own OpenAI API key for now. Offers those simple interfaces for doing one job plan at a time or processing a whole batch.
And currently free to use, which is a big plus.
Definitely. And that future roadmap looks interesting too. EAM integration, supporting more AI models like Anthropic and DeepSeek, and expanding into areas like construction and water utilities.
All based on the material we explored today. So here's a final thought for you, the listener, to mull over.
Think about the wider impact here. What does it mean when we start using specialized AI tools like this to automate and standardize documentation in these really critical technical fields?
Yeah, how much could streamlining something that seems small, like text formatting, actually boost overall productivity or safety, or even data accuracy in operations where that stuff really matters?
And looking at that roadmap, planning to integrate different AI models, what does that suggest about the future? About the flexibility and maybe the power of these kinds of focused industry-specific applications?
Lots to think about there. And remember, the developer, Biplab-Chowdhury, welcomes feedback on the app.